Ejo, she Canada boring. I don't know, even because me myself, when I was in Lagos, I was bored, so I don't know the difference. So one of my friends reached out to me, and said that she's thinking of moving, but she doesn't know because she heard that Canada is boring. Well, yeah, so you asked the wrong person. But let's get down to this topic. I think personally, I don't base my decision based on what people are saying. I just think about what I've decided to do. In fact, there was a time somebody told me that me I jackpa. I said I did not jackpa. I said I relocated. She said, what's the difference? I said, well, jackpa means they are chasing you and you are running and you are like, hey, Nigeria must not meet me. Relocated means that even before the wave, you've been thinking about it. You've looked at the things you wanted to achieve, how you want your life to be, what the kind of things that you feel that you were being limited in Nigeria to do, and you decided that, oh, if I go elsewhere, if I move beyond my present border, I'll be able to do those things, right? That's the difference between Chakpa and relocating. But that's just by the way. But if you ask me, anywhere could be your home. Wherever you call home is home. I remember that I was not born in Lagos, right? I was born in Akure, and I had to move to Lagos when I got married. So I took Lagos as my home. So if I decide right now, in fact, not if I decide. And so when I decided that I was going to leave that Lagos to another place again, it's still home. Home is wherever you call it. So far your loved ones are there with you. And I mean my husband, my children. In fact, let me even shock you. People said Canada is boring. In fact, the church where I attend, let me talk about the church where I attend is not even far from where I live. In fact, it's just like 5 minutes walk. And even while I was in Lagos, the church I was attending, oh my God, how all of us take a bike or a keke napep, then enter another one, before I get to church, But here, it's just by my... I don't know if life could be better than that. And the first day I stepped my foot into that church, I saw one of my old friends, and I was like, whoa, so you're here. Then after the service again, I saw another old friend. We're in the same choir. When I was in school, I was like, this is getting good. This is getting better. So I can tell you that here, I even have friends that I'm even more closer to than when I was back home. I have friends that I could say, hey, take my children with you. I can release my children. I can release, them that say, oh, I'm rest assured. So I'm even having better qualitative relationship with people here rather than the everybody, back there in Nigeria. And not that thing that's very, very important to me is this electricity. Here, everybody knows, but I don't know, because back then when I was in Nigeria, I used to sew. Oh my God. NEPA was like my controller because I don't like the sound of generator, but I will always want to work. So most of the time when there's no light, I will have to switch on the generator, which I just don't enjoy those moments. So I like the fact here that I don't have to wait on any power authority to show the authority that we are the owner of the authority. Now we get the power. There has always been power. So it's not part of what I'm thinking in my mindset. It's not just there. Power is a matter of your bill at the end of the month. Like, you must pay your bill. But when you pay your bill, everything is fine. You don't need to ask. Like the one that when you go out in Nigeria and you enter the house and be like, hey Joe, time will not know. I beg, when they bring light, it don't reach 2 hours, because you're already calculating that if it's 2 hours, maybe it remain 1 hour. So you start to rush. So you start to rush. You quickly go and blend your pepper. You quickly go and iron your clothes. You quickly. Everything is rush. No, here I have that calm spirit. Like, everything is just, it's just soft life, right? So you do your things when you really want to do them, which is in fact, to me, I love that about life. I love the fact that I can actually plan my day and say these are the things I really want to achieve today. By 9 a.m. I want to do this. By 3 I want to do this. By 5 I want to do this. By 9 this is what I should be doing. By so because some things are held constant for you. Inji, electricity is held constant, so it's not part of your worry again. You're not asking per liter or anything for generator, right? So that is one thing for me. Then another thing is the very calm environment. This environment is calm. In fact, where I am right now, which I'm going to show you, I have some very tall trees, the blue sky, a lot of trees around me, and everywhere is just so peaceful and calm. And the fresh air in during this summer, we're in summer right now, it's just so divine, right? So divine. I love it. And and one of the tormentors that I used to have in my house then, funny enough, I didn't have any rats, but I had ants. Oh my god, those tiny ants. Oh my god, before you put anything down, ants, they've taken over. But here you don't have that kind of invasion. Here we know they get all those with your hands, all those when we go say, hey, today now we get this biscuit where you chop, where you know finish. You know. So there's something, I'm not saying that this is heaven. This is not heaven. Don't get me wrong. This place is not heaven. It's not heaven. But those are the kind of things I look out for. Then I think shopping too, when you want to shop, when I want to shop in Nigeria, God, in fact, anytime I plan that I want to shop, I will plan of how I'm going to go to Abattoir to go and buy meat. I'll plan of how I'm going to go and buy chicken. I'll plan of how I'm going to do like fish. You go to the person that sells tomato. You just be going different places. But I love it here because when I just enter the mall, I get everything I want under the same roof. Though most of the time, the tomatoes that we use here, we buy them in bulk and you just load them in the freezer for months. Nothing is going to happen to them. When you need them, that is when you bring it out. So to me, those are the kind of quality of life that I also appreciate. Another thing is that there's this, there was one time BlackBerry came out. My husband bought this BlackBerry and I was using it in the night, and I think I was 2 o'clock. I was ready for an exam and I slept off. By the time I slept around 3 o'clock in the night, by 5 o'clock, they've already cut my nets and they took this BlackBerry off my bed. I felt bad for a long time that it was my fault that, that my husband saved money to buy the BlackBerry and fiam, it went like that. But here, look at us. We drop phones by the windows, lot of phones in the house. We just go and sleep. We just drop, everybody goes to bed. You're not thinking. Those kind of things are not what you're thinking. They are not taking priority, in your brain, like what I'm thinking about. And maybe that is the reason why the advanced country here, the Western country, maybe that's one of the reasons why they've been able to advance, because a lot of the things that we disturb ourselves about, that is not their issue, right? They're not talking about how will they feed the next day. How will you not feed? Like here, the government even expect that even if you don't have a job as a parent, the children must not go hungry. And because of that, they send them money every month to take care of those children, whether you have job or not, So some things are not just your headache. Then another thing is the good road network. I can't forget the last time I needed to go to Oshodi, and I had a baby. I think my baby was 3 months then. I needed to quickly go. I told my mom, I said, please, I will be fast. I will be very fast. I got hooked in hold up. Oh my God. My baby was crying. Mommy was calling me, hello, where are you? She's already crying because I was doing exclusive breastfeeding. She is crying. But I was like, I can't fly. But here, the malls, they're just, the mall is just by my house here, like 5 minutes drive. So there's this network, logistic, everything works. I've never walked on or driven on any road that is not tarred. Everywhere is tarred, and guess what? They are building new roads every now and then, new bridges. I'll be like, these people now, wow. On top all the road where you get, you still they had more. So, and you're not bothered about you're not also bothered about school fees. which is another good thing. You're not bothered about school fees. I'm not trying to say that this place is perfect, right? But to a lot of people who are thinking, why will I want to leave? Well, some people leave Nigeria, come to Canada and US. After their citizenship, they go back to Nigeria, but they always want to ensure that they have options, options for their children, option that if in case anything wants to happen, I have access to this, I have access to healthcare, I have access to this. There are times when even in Nigeria, when we go to the hospital, we go to HMO, we'll be calling, they say this is covered, this is not covered, this is covered, this is not covered. But here, when you want to see the doctor, you just do a walk-in and you see the doctor. Yes, but drugs are not covered though, but hey, it's still I still like it because you don't need to pay anything. You don't pay in school, you don't pay in the hospital, you don't pay when you go and do some basic lab tests. So it's all good. So to me, it's not about being boring or not. It's about the basic needs of life, things that make life comfortable. Do I have it? Then another thing, me, I like online business very well. When I was in Nigeria, when I was doing some online business, 2015, 2016, 17, then it was going on well. Then the restriction came. We could not use our cards to pay. We could not be okay. At first, we could not receive money with PayPal, but we could not receive, but we could pay. At the time, they even said we cannot even pay with PayPal. So how do you do your online transaction? How do you do this? So, but here, oh my God, do you know how many payment solutions are here? Anyone you want, they are all there for you. So this place is an enabling environment for anybody that feels like I think I need something better. But you should always ask yourself, is God telling you to move? That's very important too, right? As God told you, as he told Abraham that, hey, leave your house, leave your father's house to the land that I will show you. The land that God will show you might not be this land. It might be another place. And God might tell you to stay put. God might tell you to stay put in Nigeria. But so far, you've been having the nudging in your spirit that, oh, why don't you try to take a move, right? Like move. Then I think this video might be helpful to you, right? It might be helpful to you. And I think there's going to be a part of this video to actually tell you like in details of what some of the things I'm really talking about. If you have found this video interesting, educative and entertaining, I would like you to share it to your friends and families. And I also want you to follow me for more contents like this. And remember, this is vivid imagination. You could have those dreams in your head that, I wish my children could grow up in an environment like this. I wish my children could have access to anything they want, I wish, you are wishing. But just remember that, just keep pushing. Push. Don't stop every day. And before you know it, one day you will be walking the reality of your dream. So I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye. Love it. Yeah.